Hi everyone, it's me, Psychic Medium Monique Antoinette, and I am back with another video today. Something that happened a few days ago, and I thought it was interesting enough to share it all with you at the actual channel. This actually happened on my Facebook page, which is great. For those of you who are not friends of mine on Facebook, there's a connecting link. Just click down here and friend request me. There's lots of things going on there, and this is one of them. In one of my status updates, this is what I wrote. My afternoon meditation included a visit from my beloved son, Brett, from heaven. He's always popping up, getting into my business, especially these days. He's got a lot to say about the behaviors of dating from an agape love place opposed to the ego place. I continue on with, who knew I would be getting love advice from my own kid in heaven? Anyway, today's visit was special because I felt compelled to ask him what his spirit name was. That was after I joked and called him by the full name I gave him at birth, which was Brett Andrew Newman. You know, when you get in trouble and your mama calls you by your full name, you know you're in trouble. Well, through this telepathic communication I was having with him through meditation, I just decided to, be lighthearted and joke and call him Brett Andrew Newman. And then from that thought, from that telepathic communication, the following thought was, that's the name I gave him when he was born. That's the name on his birth certificate. But now that he is in spirit, what is his spirit name? Interesting, right? Because I'm learning and constantly growing as a psychic medium, as a human being. I believe that's where the question popped out of, because I'm very aware that as an eternal spirit, we don't carry the names that we have when we incarnate into our physical bodies. We spirits have a spirit name, and I had learned this some time ago, but it was odd in the moment that I was actually applying it to my kid. And so, getting back to what I wrote, his response to that was, "I'm glad you asked. My spirit name is Lowell." And then he continues with, "It's nice that you're asking these kinds of questions." And then I went on to write, "I was shocked, tearful, then very, very proud." And I finished it with wow and an exclamation point. And yeah, it was special. It was endearing, it was lighthearted, and there was a shift in the energy exchange between us. And I believe it was because when he said, "I'm glad you asked, my spirit name is Lowell," and through my gift of clairvoyance, he sent me a picture. He sent me the words, the letters of how his name is spelled, Lohl. And I thought, wow. So my mind began understanding before he incarnated, came through my body when he was born on May 22nd. His name before the name that I gave him was Lowell. And in this moment, this, God, it was so magical. I was opening up to the understanding that he's not just my kid. And that's where the proudness came from. I saw him bigger than my kid. He was 18 years old when he left the physical world. So I only got to see him grow up to that point. He's still a relatively young person. But to hear his spirit name and then to feel his energy and then to hear his response, I'm so glad you're asking these kinds of questions. It immediately changed my perception of his 18-year-old being that I know into something that was much bigger than I could ever imagine. And that was where the tears come from and the emotion comes from. I'm experiencing it now because it was so overwhelming in the moment to be connected to that energy and to feel it and to have the moment of awareness and then go past that and begin to take it on at a self level, like, well, what's my spirit name, and what is my entire spirit like. My head just started spinning with all these fantastic questions and pivotal seconds of awareness, and it was just so beautiful, and I wanted to share it, and I'm really grateful because a Facebook friend, Dante, he clicked like, but he also sent me a message and he said, well, can you explain exactly what this is? Because us mere mortals, we don't understand what you're saying. Can you simplify it for us? And so Dante, I hope this explains what was going on to a degree. I'll share this tidbit with you. My kid Brett had left the physical world nearly 10 years ago, and you'll find other videos at the channel that will help you learn more about him and how his departure accelerated my coming out of the closet as a medium to the public, how that moment in my life, why it was so significant, how in the specific part that he played in it. Yeah, so those are just some tidbits. He died by suicide. He did, and I wrote a book about my experience concerning that. If you're interested, you can get a copy of that at the website, or all of you, if you're interested. It's a fantastic read. It's quick. It's not lengthy. It's a good read. It's very interesting. And I hadn't completely come out of the closet yet, but I sort of tiptoed around the idea of it. I was being polite, so to speak. But that's in there as well. Let me, now that this emotion has passed somewhat. Oh, I hope my my mascara is all right. If it's not, oh well, we just gonna keep it going, because I want to get into a little bit about this love advice that I'm receiving from heaven via Lowell's communication. I'm still trying to rename him. I wanna honor him as I know him, but now that I have this understanding, I kind of want to call him Lowell, but I'm trying to figure out how to integrate the two, and so I'm still figuring it all out. But yeah, I gotta see him and honor him at his highest level. So what is going on? I'm dating and having these incredible experiences, and I'm still human. Like, he's evolved, and he's all of that, which is fine and well. But me, just simply mere, mortal human being, girl, sometimes crazy, trying to, do stuff, push and pull and act crazy through my ego. I'm guilty. Hey. Well, I was dealing with a particular issue where my ego felt bruised in this, relationship that I'm taking on, so to speak. Not sure, what it is, what you call it these days. I don't know. I just got back into dating. I'm just figuring it all out. And I'm sort of going through this this really temper tantrum because he wasn't responding to me that I the way that I thought he should. And I was, like conjuring up, well, what could I do or say that would get him to respond the way that I want him to respond from a human ego point of view. And so he pops up in my meditation and challenges me to appeal to the situation from an agape love place opposed to the ego. And I was like, the first thought that I had was, don't you have something better to do? You got to have other people you can harass than me. But then I thought, no. Listen, because everything that he's come through to me with has been extremely important. Maybe not in that particular time, in that moment, but it was important. So I took it in. I said, okay, I can't really give it too much energy. I can't plan to actually shift gears and use it right now, but I'll definitely store it and then contemplate, marinate on it a little later. And I did. And I said, okay, how am I now that I'm taking it on from a less ego point of view? If I focus on agape love, which is a bigger kind of love, it's a God kind of love. It's just love. It doesn't have an attachment necessarily, so to speak. It's a general. It's more general. It's less manipulative. Not less. It's not manipulative. Yes, I tell on myself. So I said, okay, I'm going to trust it. I'm going to choose new choices. I'm going to approach this situation from this particular place. And guess what? I got what I wanted from that advice, from that push, that challenge that came from my kid. And so that's why I titled this, gave this topic the title, Love Advice from Heaven, because it's very cool. I'm not the only person experiencing pop-ups from loved ones from heaven with advice, challenges, messages. Other clients are experiencing this as well through the new love psychic readings that I'm now offering, the love selection reading for online and traditional dating matches, and then the love blueprint reading. Which gets into past life connections and brings you into a clear understanding of what's going on in the current lifetime, the agreements, and so on and so forth, and things that you have to look forward to in the future. Spirit from the other side, through my gift of channeling, come through and do the exact same thing. And so yes, I had a firsthand experience of it recently. It took my breath away and enlightened me, woke me up to some new possibilities, and also challenged me in love to kill the ego. And I did it, and I'm so happy. And yes, so that wraps that up, Dante. I hope that clearly explains what I was talking about when I updated my my status the other day. If you've got comments about it, all of you, I want to hear from you below. If you've got a spin-off question from anything that I've said here, I want to hear from you. If you think someone could benefit from this, feel free to forward, be a blessing to them. If you are interested in this experience, hearing from a loved one regarding your love life, the way that you're approaching it, you'll find connecting links for the love selection reading, the love blueprint reading, or even a talk time session. That's where I'm using all of my gifts, skills, knowledge, wisdom, abilities. I'm 47 years old. I've experienced a lot. Talk time we use for follow-up conversations. If you've previously had a reading, we talk about grief. I've got traditional grief coaching experience and knowledge, and information that could be helpful to you with writing. I'm a published author. I'm very proud of that, working on a second book. And so there are lots of different things going on during talk time, and hearing from a loved one is actually one of them. I call them little drive-bys. Sometimes we get drive-bys from loved ones, and so this is good stuff. It's life-changing, and I'm so grateful and always happy to be of service to all of you. So that will do it for this segment here at my channel, Love Advice from Heaven, and I will see you